Cade Horton is starting to have, dare we say, a special season as the Cubs salvage the series. Let's go.
You are Locked On Cubs, your daily Chicago Cubs podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
You are Locked On Cubs, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Alongside Sam Olber, I'm Matt Cozy. Sam and I are lifelong fans, taking our passion into a discussion with you on all things Cubs. Trivia to wrap up the show, a glimpse at the minor leagues, namely AAA. Cubs salvage the series against the Reds, and we start with Cubs rookie starting pitcher Cade Horton. Since the All-Star break, Horton has thrown 22 2/3 innings. He's allowed a goose egg, 0 runs on just 10 hits, 7 walks, 16 strikeouts. On the season now, he's down to a 3.18 ERA in 15 games. The Cubs are 10-5 when Horton takes the mound. Sam will get into the details of his start on Wednesday, but this kid has really stepped up this year.
Yeah, it's been a really special story, especially in the second half when this team doesn't have many positive stories to choose from. That's the top story. If you want to be a little bit of the Grinch, what you'd say is hey, right now we have to really think about in the offseason like a longer-winded show about Wrigley Field and the issues.
Don't have to yet. Still 48 games left.
And the issues that it's causing hitters. I mean, I had a tweet about it today.
Yeah, it's like Tiger Stadium when we were kids.
Cade Horton, any guesses on his home road ERAs?
I would say his season ERA is 3.18. I just read it off. So at Wrigley, it has to start with a 1, maybe even a 0.
Going into today, it was 1.85. So after today, it's probably down to like 1.6, something like that. Yeah. And on the road, it's over 5.
Including his debut in Queens.
Yeah. Now,
and that game in Houston.
That's not to take anything away from him. He's been spectacular. And I just want to make that point that I really do think that some of Jed's thinking, and I'm not defending it, is like, hey, we don't need it. Why overpay for a controllable pitcher if the wind's going to blow in here all the time? Whatever. It's a separate conversation. It's wild, the conditions. Anyways, Cade was tremendous. The one thing he hasn't done a ton of at this level that we thought we were going to get is get a lot of strikeouts. Yeah. But today the stuff is starting to really come along. And he got 6 today in 5 2/3. He maxed out at 99 today. I don't know if you saw that.
Wow.
Was throwing and 99 was some real cut.
Yeah.
It was a very good performance, just very aggressive, very business-like.
He's been like that all year.
Yeah, and when he's gotten himself in trouble, I think he's a little bit over-aggressive with 2 strikes. But on a day like today, it was really good to see. And I think, if you were to tell me that we're in, early August here and Cade Horton is clearly the third best option on the team right now, pitching-wise, and is pitching to a 3.18 ERA, I mean, that's a big jump for a guy that really had some issues last year, injury-wise and performance-wise. So really nice to see, really exciting. I think, the Cubs have a nice little pocket of pitchers here. Steele will be back, Horton, Imanaga, Boyd, and it's fun. It's fun to watch him pitch, and it's exciting. He's 23 years old. It's exciting.
It is. And it's one of the larger stories for the team, both with short-term ramifications for the rest of this campaign, to chase for a playoff spot, chase for a division title, but also in the long term, like you just mentioned, the mix for 2026 and beyond. Horton threw 67 pitches Wednesday, 56 were strikes. It's the highest strike percentage by a Cubs pitcher in 25 years since the 2000 season. He was removed in the 6th, Sam, as they continue to keep tabs on his usage. I had no problem with that. He's already over the century mark in innings after throwing just 34 last year. due to a shoulder injury. And one of the most notable things I took from the post game was from Horton himself, who said the Cubs' pitch limits on him since he was drafted has actually likely made him a better pitcher in terms of efficiency. And if that's the case, let's keep that rolling, because if he could give you if he could face 18 guys the rest of the way and be dominant like he has, great. Now,
Well,
that could be a long leash out for the pen, but I'm willing to take that chance to protect him.
Well, it's interesting that's what he said, because that also goes in line with maybe why he's so aggressive 0-2-1-2. He doesn't want to waste pitches because he knows he might be coming out.
Yeah, and pitching to contact a little more, right?
Right. I mean, when you're trying to go deep, old school guys, when they're trying to go deep in the game, you're trying to get early outs. You're not trying to rack up Ks. It's a different mindset now. But yeah, I mean, it's good. It's good to see he's improving. We've talked a lot about his mound presence. Great
attitude, great presence.
The biggest thing for him is, in my opinion, has been the changeup. He got drafted and skyrocketed on draft boards because the Cubs love that sweeping slider. That pitch hasn't had the success, I think, that a lot of people thought it would. But what has had the success is the changeup, especially to lefties. And that's his out pitch. That's just his K pitch. And, it's crazy when he pitches, like I was watching today, like he had a couple like 97s. You could actually see the ball cutting. It doesn't feel like it's 97. It feels like it's like, oh, what was that, like a 92 mile an hour cutter? But he's got really good stuff. And if you're looking for reasons to be excited right now, obviously the present is the key. But PCA, Matt Shaw has been really good in the second half. Cade Horton has been really good here lately. Those are going to be hopefully 3 building blocks of your team for a long time.
Also, after the game, Dansby Swanson called Horton special. Craig Counsell said he has top-end stuff. And Horton allows me, Sam, to be optimistic in this recent times of Cubs turbulence. Let me know if you agree or disagree with this statement. I don't think it's too much of a reach, but I did want to throw it out there.
Mm-hmm.
If Boyd, Horton, and Imanaga are all on, so to speak,
yeah,
the Cubs could beat anybody.
The caveat to me is the conditions. If they're if Shota Imanaga's pitching,
well, you need to start looking up then what the wind does at Wrigley in October.
Yeah,
because those 3 guys in October, they do give me reason for optimism, especially because the offense has been so putrid.
I feel pretty good about Boyd in any situation. I think the other guys. Let's see. Like Cade's going to pitch next. His next start's going to be in Toronto. Let's see how that goes.
Yeah.
That's going to be against a really
good
team,
park.
Really good offense. If you were to tell me that the Cubs are hosting the New York Metropolitans at Wrigley Field in October on 348-degree days, I absolutely agree. They're right there with anybody because those guys can pitch. But I have doubts about Shota if the wind's blowing out. I have doubts about certain guys in different positions. But yeah, for the most part, those 3 guys, they're your 3. But I do think there's some conditions that, listen, I feel really comfortable with Jameson Taillon if the wind's blowing in. You just throw.
That's a stretch for me.
You just throw strikes and say, "Hey, go hit a home run." But I understand what you're saying.
We'll recap the entire Cubs-Reds game right after this. Welcome back to Prize Picks, one of our great partners here on the show. Today's episode is brought to you by Prize Picks, the daily fantasy platform that lets you turn your football predictions into real rewards. Preseason is already heating up, and college football isn't far behind. It's the perfect time to lock in your season-long more or less picks for the 2025 football season, all before week 1 kicks off. Whether you've got your eye on big-name quarterbacks or breakout running backs, Prize Picks makes it easier to get in the game. Labor Day a little bit earlier this year, college football kicks off Labor Day weekend. The NFL is the week after that. And believe it or not, entering his second year, Caleb Williams of the Chicago Bears has become not somewhat, but really a lightning rod. What's the more or less on his touchdowns this year, his interceptions? It's going to be a big year for him and Ben Johnson to get it right. Otherwise, it's going to be Ben Johnson, left in the room. Caleb Williams will get blamed for that. So we'll see how he improves this year. Download the Prize Picks app today and use code LOCKEDONMLB to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 one. That's LOCKEDONMLB to get $50 in lineups after your first $5 play. Prize Picks. Welcome back. Run your game. This is Locked On Cubs. Shout out to the everydayers, and you can become a Locked On Cubs everydayer by joining us every episode throughout the week, and we will be.
I've heard Johnson likes Bajan.
We'll be direct quotes the other day about Bajan where he was amazing.
Yeah, so
and locked in, and I can't help to think that's a shot at Caleb in the public.
Week 8.
The Cubs defeated the Reds 6-1 on Wednesday. We already talked about Cade Horton, Pomerantz, Kittredge, Keller, and Palencia all pitched out of the pen. Kittredge, how about this for the beauty of baseball? After allowing 4 runs on Tuesday, getting lit up, he returns Wednesday and throws 9 pitches, 9 strikes for an immaculate inning in the 7th. Seiya Dansby and Ian Happ all hit home runs. Seiya finished 2 for 2 with a sac fly and a walk. The homer, single, and sac fly were all hit over 105 MPH. Nico Horner and Justin Turner also had multi-hit games, and I got some numbers on them in a little bit. Sam, it was a good all-around win to avoid the sweep, which the Cubs continue to do, unless you count the 2 games in Japan.
One of the things the Cubs have done a really nice job of this year, and I think probably the biggest reason they're 18 games over 500, is they've been able to limit really long bad stretches. I mean, their worst stretches are always like 6 and 7 or something like that. Obviously, if they want to have a chance to win this division or go deep in the playoffs, they're going to have to get hot again, which we've talked about. But they do a good job in these type of situations. I thought they played a really good baseball game today. I'd like to give a shout out to Justin Turner, who really quietly, man, is doing kind of what he was asked to do now. He's hitting over 300 for a long time now against lefties. That's kind of what he's here what he's here to do. And so give him credit.
303 with the 345 on base against lefties.
That's why he's here. So
and what is he getting? 8 M's? That's no small number.
I think it's 6. I don't remember. I think it's 6. I'd be fine with either. Obviously, to me, outside of what we already discussed with Cade, the biggest story, though, was Seiya looked like Seiya today, just crushing the baseball, hitting a line drive, 110-mile-an-hour rocket through the wind for a home run. That's really important because if the Cubs are going to make the postseason, if the Cubs have any chance, they need to get their big boppers going again. So hopefully he could get hot again. And then I have to say the most cathartic swing of the day for me was Ian Happ Oppo. I mean, that used to be a regularity for him. And he now hits 1 or 2 a year opposite field. That's one of the reasons I fell in love with Ian Happ, the player, early on in his career. Is his oppo power from the left side was always so special. I mean, he used to hit no doubters opposite field. And so to see that today, that brought me some hope with him. Kyle Tucker, by the way, doesn't have 1 opposite field homer all year.
This team loves to pull.
That was a big reason, though. I remember when they got him, everyone's like, oh, well, he took advantage of the Crawford boxes. Just wait till that left center at Wrigley. He hasn't hit 1.
No.
So
literally he has 0 homers opposite field?
Literally 0. I could pull up his baseball savant page right now.
He only has 18 homers. So
right now he has 0. So
that's a shame.
But I really liked what Happ did. And that was good. Swanson hit a breaking ball. It was a really good win today. Kittredge, great bounce back. Just a really good overall victory today. For the boys in blue. Hopefully Palencia, isn't hitting a little regression period.
Yeah, they put him out there in a blowout.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Right. I don't care that he gave up a run in a 6-run game. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Well, you would like him to be sharper, though, is your point?
No, I just wanted to put it out there that's runs in consecutive outings, and with the way this bullpen's orchestrated, they need him to be great in the 9th inning. But if Kittredge pitches like this, then today, he looked like any combination of your favorite reliever of all time. 9 pitches, 9 strikes out the side.
Yeah, no, I know. And
Matt Shaw dropped a pop-up in this game, by the way.
Yeah, you texted me that. That was
it happens.
That was disappointing. Nico Horner in this game, Sam. I enjoyed watching him again.
Yeah,
can you guess his average since the break?
His average since the break.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Nico Horner's at a 3.30, 3.30.
Wow, you're good at this. 3.38.
Oh, that wasn't that close. I'm not that good at it.
Well, you were 1 hit off.
Whatever.
Okay, so, folks, Kyle Tucker and Craig Counsell spoke about Kyle Tucker. Imagine that Kyle Tucker talked about himself. Good setup for me. Before Wednesday's game.
Not one of your best, but great job.
And they were very conservative about, Tucker's status, especially his health. I'm having trouble buying it. Tucker's very level as it is, and so is Counsell.
Mm-hmm.
What?
It's time to move on from the injury stuff.
So you were convinced then that he's healthy based on those comments?
No, but if they're not going to IL him, then I'm going to treat him like he's playing and judge him like that.
Yeah, the pregame comments gave absolutely no indication they're going to pursue the plan that we suggested on our last episode.
Look, 100%. Look, Kyle Tucker has got a lot going on right now. He's with a new team. He's supposed to be the best hitter on the team. He's playing for a contract that would set up him, his kids, their kids, and their kids, and their kids.
Right.
It's a new environment. It's a high pressure city. I think he's in his head right now. He's struggling. And it is what it is. I don't think if the injury was that bad, I just don't think he'd be out there. I firmly believe he's gonna get this figured out and be an asset, especially with his ability to take pitches. I listened to him today. Hey, yeah. I'm swinging at the right pitches. I'm taking the right pitches. I'm just not doing what I need to do with the good pitches. He had a really, really rough spring. I know that doesn't count, but he's gonna get hot again. I believe in it. I really do.
Off day Thursday, then a 3-game series in St. Louis. We'll preview that series in our next episode. The rare weekend series in which all 3 games are at night, since Saturday is on Fox and Sunday is on ESPN. Coming up next, we have a report from AAA Iowa and one trivia question. Stay tuned.
This episode is brought to you by Game Time. Have you ever decided at the last minute to head to a ball game with friends or family? I used to do that all the time in high school. Maybe it's game day and you suddenly realize you want to be in the stands. That's exactly where Game Time comes in. It's the easiest way to grab last-minute tickets without the stress. With the big money you save on tickets, you can splurge on food, drinks, merch, or even invite a bigger group to come with you. Game Time makes it possible. Game Time makes buying tickets fast and simple. Prices on the app actually drop the closer you get to first pitch. And they've got incredible last-minute deals, clear seat views, and a lowest price guarantee that takes the worry out of buying. Folks, this next homestand, you got the Pirates on the weekend, and then I think it's like August 16th or 17th through the 21st, whatever it is, 5 games against the Milwaukee Brewers at Wrigley. That place needs to be 40,000 plus, cheering every pitch, doing everything you can to give these guys a chance to catch that team from up north. So take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use code LOCKDOWNMLB for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. Last minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed.
All right. This is Locked On Cubs. And our final segment is going to be to go down on the farm, plus a trivia question later. Javier Assad struck out 4, walked 2, and 4 1/3 on Wednesday at AAA Iowa. He allowed 1 run on 4 hits. Fastball sat 92, 93. He topped out at 95. So that's good news. Assad will likely make one more start before returning to the big league team. Jameson Taillon is starting Friday at AAA and might return to the Cubs next week at Wrigley when they play the Pirates. I'm guessing that would be Taillon for Pearson, and then a tougher decision when Assad is ready. Could be Ben Brown to keep getting consistent innings at AAA, unless, which would be my decision, unless they say happy trails to Ryan Brazier. That would be my decision. And I would keep Brown. Brazier has allowed 6 runs his last 4 outings. Sam, to go to an earlier point from you about Hoyer and possibly his approach to acquiring pitching at the deadline, I still can't shake they didn't get someone more of the top end variety, whether that was in the December or January or last week. But
I want another bat. I'm not a huge fan of Castro.
Well, yeah, and whether I'm a fan of Castro or not, I wonder if
so far
the pitching pursuit was a diversion to really them needing another bat.
Well,
except for you pointed it out a lot.
Well, I've wanted another bat since 2018. When this offense broke.
Theo's famous quote: "The offense is broken, then they didn't acquire anybody."
You can't have enough bats, man.
So where was I going with that? Because
you wanted to talk about. Okay, here's the pitching situation. So when Assad and Taillon come back,
do think Hoyer was comfortable. While I don't necessarily agree wholeheartedly with this, I do think he was lighter in his pursuits of Morton and Hauser.
Man, do you love Charlie Morton?
Because of Taillon and Assad coming back.
Yeah, they didn't need another guy like that. They needed Soroka, and if they were going to get a guy, it needed to be a top-end guy. We know this. Really interested to see how Jamo looks when he comes back. He's had a weird season. It's been really odd. Early on in the year, pitching at Wrigley, he looked great, had a couple blow-up starts. Assad will help him. I mean, it feels like they're okay depth-wise. It's the question's going to be how much quality are they going to get?
Yeah, how good are they?
Yeah, and again, we have really seen the exposure of this pitching staff when the wind's blowing out. Remember that weekend in Seattle or against Seattle when the wind howled out and everyone gave up homers? That's why I had this tweet today. I'd actually like to read it to you if you don't mind.
Please.
I said, I know this sounds crazy, but if the Cubs don't come back in the Central but make the playoffs, it's crucial the 3-game series is at Wrigley to protect this pitching staff, parentheses, assuming the wind blows in. Check out these numbers. I gave some numbers, home road splits, whatever. I don't have to read all this.
Sure.
The Cubs right now, Matt, at home, and I don't count the games in Japan as home games. That's a neutral site. The Cubs are 36-20 at home. And they're 30-26 on the road. They are a really good home team. And one of the reasons they don't hit as well at home, but I really think that guys, like, I feel great about Javier Assad and Jameson Taillon at home if it's going to be pitcher friendly. But the second you drop them off, like in Coors Field or it's an unseasonable 86 degrees on a late September day at Wrigley, oh boy, you know what I mean? And that's a very hopeful, non-great place to be. Where I think the Cubs need to excel more is how to produce runs when the wind's blowing in, but that's a separate conversation. Depth-wise, they're in good shape. I'm confident in their staff at home. The guys that you mentioned, I'm a little bit fearful how they pitch on the road.
So do you have the home road splits of all the guys then?
I have a good amount. So Cade, I already mentioned
the main guy, the main starters.
Jamo's 3.4 at home, 5.4 road. Boyd's 1.75 at home, 2.97 road. Imanaga's about the same.
Okay.
And that's all I did. And ERA is 3.68 at home as a team, 4.19 on the road, which isn't a huge discrepancy, but I think a lot of that was inflated that one weekend when the wind was howling out.
Well, then I would be curious about the situational split there. What's the starter ERA versus bullpen ERA?
Right.
Home and road too.
I could look up Brown.
All right, that's good stuff. Also at AAA, Miguel Amaya is 5 for 19 in his rehab stint. The Cubs do need to make a decision on him by Monday. Amaya doesn't have any options left, so they will be saying goodbye to Reese McGuire unless they persuade John Birdie to go to AAA for a few weeks before getting called up when rosters expand on September 1. Owen Casey is slashing 281, 381, 557. He's 5 for 12 since the deadline. I'm sure that was in his mind a bit. And Moises Ballesteros is hitting 335 on the season, Sam. And since being set back down last week, he's 4 for 9 with a homer.
Would love to see him up.
I think there's an outside chance he still comes up Friday because you have 3 right-handers for St. Louis.
Ooh, I haven't looked at who's pitching yet. I know one of them's McGarry, right?
Yeah, it's McGreevy.
Or McGreevy, sorry.
Or McGravy.
No, I think you said it right.
Sonny Gray. And who's in the middle game? It's
Michaelis.
It's Boyd McGreevy.
Palante?
Yes. Ray Palante and Imanaga and Gray. We'll preview that series on Friday. All right, you ready for your trivia?
I am.
Hard week last week with the death of Ryne Sandberg.
Yep.
Rhino is one of 5 players in baseball history to have recorded a 40 home run season and a 50 stolen base season.
Wow.
So that could either be same season or separate. Can you name the other 4 players?
Ricky Henderson?
No.
Willie Mays?
No.
Oh, wow. Separate season, a guy that hit Willie Mays never stole 50 bases in here?
Could be separate or could be same season.
Did Bonds ever steal 50?
Yes, he did. Barry Bonds is one of the 4.
All right.
Is it possible Ricky Henderson didn't hit 40 homers, Sam?
Yeah, well, that would have to be the answer.
And Willie Mays, didn't steal 50 bags.
Okay, let me think. Give me some more time here.
Yep, you got 3 more. 2 good guesses and then a solid one there to get Bonds. 3 more to go.
Did Soriano ever steal 50?
No, he did not.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, that's all right. You don't have to say sorry. It's a great question. I'm not mad at myself. I know Mantle never stole 50. I'm just thinking of power and speed guys. I think I'm overthinking it a bit. No hints yet. A-Rod never stole 50.
Right.
Jeter, no, he'd still.
Jeter, the future Yankees manager. Heard that rumor today.
Who is a really good base stealer that I'm missing here? I feel like I'm blanking.
40 homers, 50 steals, either in the same campaign or separate.
Ronald Acuna?
Yes.
Okay. Ohtani?
Correct. Ryne Sandberg, Shohei Ohtani, Ronald Acuna, Barry Bonds, and?
Okay, one more. Okay. Can you give me an era?
90s. Or can you repeat that question?
Can you give me an era?
Steroid.
Jose Canseco.
No.
Oh.
Good guess. He was 40-40.
Well, Sosa never stole 50.
This is
Hey, I'm good.
Steroid.
Palmeiro never stole 50, did he?
Same team.
Brady Anderson,
Sam. This is Locked On Cubs, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day for your second listen. Check out the all-new Locked On MLB Game Night. Every night, all season long. Get local analysis on a national scale.
Great question.
Thank you. On the Locked On MLB channel on YouTube or wherever you listen to podcasts. We'll be back on Thursday evening or Friday morning, whenever you listen, prior to Cubs Cardinals. He's Sam Olber. I'm Matt Cozy. This is Locked On Cubs.
Shout out to Matt Cozy and Sam Olber, hosts of my favorite podcast, Locked On Cubs.